What about, there's always this talk, there's all these reboots, we always hear about The Office.
We do. We've heard about reboots. That's all I'm hearing is possible reboots, but I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see.
Do you have a strong feeling like either way? Are you one of those like?
I would love to do it. I'm not the one holding it up. I'm sure there's been a lot of talks, but I will tell you the most interesting thing about what's happening with Peacock is that they are doing these, what they call super fan episodes. And what they've done is reassemble a bunch of classic episodes, and they're putting in these deleted scenes that no one's ever seen before. Because I've been actually doing ADR for a couple of them because there were voice corrections that had to happen. Like they didn't digitize all these scenes. So there's a scene that there's an episode where it's longer and storylines are explored. Like it's kind of like the room is bigger. Like all of a sudden there's a hallway and a door opens. And you're like, oh my God, this is so weird. And it's us from back in the day. So it feels, it is new material for most people. There's stuff I totally forgot shooting, and it's really a fun thing. So if you don't have Peacock and you're a big Office fan, you might need to get it, even just for a little bit. I think
yeah. And it was a big deal, when it came to Peacock. People were. What about if there is a reboot? I know you're not writing it, but where is Meredith right now? In your mind, you tell us where Meredith is and what is she up to?
She's in her basement, drinking in her basement, working from home because there's a pandemic. But she's like a cockroach. She will survive. I'm sure of it.
Well, to your point, I never even thought of that, but that would be interesting, because shows do have a pandemic angle now. That would be interesting if The Office came back.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't
know. What about say that in 10, 20 years, The Office came back and they were recasting or, with a new, or even say now they were recasting and you can't play Meredith. Who would you like to choose to play Meredith amongst some of?
I don't even want to answer that question.
I was gonna say, is that just an inappropriate question to ask you?
Right now, yes, David. No.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I always think of that. There's a joke. There's one of the. I remember it's season 9 where Daryl says, "Look at Meredith. She's kind of got an Emma Stone thing going on." Because we both have red hair. So I'm going to say Emma Stone. Yeah.
She would be good. Do you listen to The Office Deep Dive with Brian Baumgartner? That podcast is...
You know what? It's awesome. Yeah, I did a big sit down with Brian, and we had I don't listen to it all the time, but I've listened to some of it. I think it's great. I listen to the oral history, and I know the deep dive is a little more more that they saved all the audio of what we did, so they're getting more in depth. Obviously, the deep dive.
It is literally in on the TV and film charts. I think 1, 2, or 3 every single day.
Oh, awesome!
It never leaves the top 5 or the top 3. So
that's awesome.
From someone who checks the TV and film podcast charts on a daily basis, let me tell you, that is up there. What else are you working on? What else do you have going on? Golden Arm, everyone needs to go see.
I'll be on Kelly Clarkson on St. Patrick's Day. And anything else after that I can't talk about or I don't know. So and hopefully this Christmas Jane Lynch and I will be touring. I'm hoping that all works out.
I would love to come see you guys when you come to New York. I'm gonna have to come. Before we go, final 1 or 2 questions. What is, because I know we talked about the rabid fandom of The Office, what is the craziest thing a fan has done?
I got dragged into, this happened more than once. I've gotten dragged into people's wedding photos. I've been in a hotel and, one of the bridesmaids will, suddenly I'm standing next to the, or in between the bride and the groom. So I don't know. I hope the marriage lasts. I hope you're not looking at your pictures years later going, who the hell's that?
You're just walking by or leaving the lobby or there it is. And someone's like, oh my God, that's Meredith from The Office.
Right.
Wow.
Kind of nuts.
Yeah. Let's hope the marriage lasts.